you've turned on to Rykerroad.
A year, dude.
The time flies, man.
This is crazy.
This is going to be a different thing tonight, guys.
It's going to be very different.
And I think that you just need to kick us off with this intro, because we're not reacting to anything with this, guys. This is the two of us just reminiscing on the past year of what's happened with this channel. And we've got some really cool things that we either want to talk about or just, you know, brainstorm about. Like, it's not going to be very organized or anything. We haven't made a checklist.
This is just going to be a kind of a quick little rundown and just have a little bit of fun. So I think you're right. Let's just get into it.
Let's do it.
All right. Welcome back, you music junkies. I'm Eric. I'm the hip hop head.
I'm Kyle. I'm the metal head.
And we're brothers that react to shit. And tonight we are going to reminisce and look back on the past year. 1 year on YouTube that the channel has been a reaction channel. So this has just been quite a journey.
Yeah, I want to give you guys a good perspective of what happened before this channel became what it is, because we've talked about it in lives and we've answered it in some questions here and there, but it's a consistent question that continues to come up. And guys, Rykerroad before reactions was not at all. It was not at all the product of what we're making now. It was just two dudes that were frustrated and just trying to make it work, and like, you know, just constant hurdles and like, you know, finally
always
like I kind of likened it to the mentality of like game development of like, whoa, these 3 seconds in this battle felt amazing.
Keep doing it.
How the hell do we make this last for a 14-hour game?
And I'm glad that you brought that up as far as like how to make something like that, be exciting and whatnot. The reason why it changed over as well, I wanted to touch on that real quick as far as like the transition, because guys, what ended up happening was, he's right. I was doing this gaming thing. We were having a great time and editing was all right, you know, and the background was but it was, you know, I was building. We were doing what we could. And one day I looked at Kyle and I said, what do you think about doing a reaction channel? I've always wanted to do something as far as like showing each other music. It's what we've always done, even in just our spare time, you know, and being different genre oriented. And I have to give credit where credit is due. We're not going to name off a bunch of people tonight, but I do have one specific name at least I would like to get out there. And that is my buddy, Aaron. Aaron from work. He is the reason. Well, he is the one who reminded me that The Weeknd did Dirty Diana. And I was like, oh my God, I forgot that he had done that, how well he had done on that and all this stuff. And I listened to it for like a couple of days and just kind of was reminiscent. And that is what started off the channel. So Aaron, buddy.
Thank you. Thanks, man.
Thank you for remembering that and reminding me. So I think everybody right now actually say thank you to Aaron, because he reminded me, and it's because of him that we got kicked into the algorithm. We reacted to a great song. You loved the reaction as far as, you know, listening to it for the first time. Like, it was a lot of fun, and it made it fun, and it made it worth doing YouTube videos and editing and uploading. Like, it was finally fun for me and you. And this is just, so like I said, we're just going to talk a little bit about the past year, but that is where it all started. That is a quick rundown on what it used to be and what it became now. But
it's
17 subscribers, 17 subscribers. And we're at what right now?
Right now, so guys, literally December 15th of last year, we were at 17 subscribers, and I'm going to pull this up on YouTube Studio.
If I'm being honest, 12 of them were friends and family.
Correct. So right now we are sitting at 57,838 subscribers, guys.
And that is because of you guys.
Guys, this channel, I think that I'm not going to speak for both of us, but this is, if it echoes into like how you feel about things, because I know like everybody can think of things differently or whatever, but this channel has 100% saved my emotional, my mental, and even my spiritual well-being in many different like cases of just, you know, different situations. Like, we've talked about it, you know, that Voices in My Head, which is probably one of our favorite reactions, and then getting, you know, Ronnie to be able to, you know, react to us and say what he said. Like, that was one of the worst times of my life.
Yeah.
That was there's been so many times, and like we've talked about this on Patreon every now and then, where like, you know, like I've said before, like guys, like there's nights that we've just not wanted to record, like because of like one thing or another or whatever.
Tonight's one of them.
Yes, and
tonight is one of them for me personally.
It's one of those that it's the moment leading up to reacting that is difficult for me, because it's one of those where it's like, dude, I don't want to be funny today. I don't want to do this, but like there is just such an amazing culture that you guys have given us, that when we look at YouTube comments, which they're usually the cesspool of just existence of what people
really
can do.
Isn't.
No, like we get our,
we do, guys, but you guys are really awesome.
You're always commenting on the music. The focus is always on the music, and like just like, you know, sharing new stuff with us, and like God, like even this past year with like us discovering, you know, K-pop, and like, you know, like something that we never would have looked up on our own, and something that we probably would have maybe like
I would have never shown you. You would have never shown me just standing in the living room.
Correct.
Like that we always did, even before we switched it over to this, because guys, I was gonna keep it a gaming channel and just try to plug away. And I don't know, something hit me the one day, and I asked him, I was like, well, what do you think? Should I flip it over to this? And he's like, well, we were still gonna do this anyways.
Yeah.
But we would have never listened to K-pop. You wouldn't have brought that to me. I would have never probably been open-minded to these Alex Terribles, things like that. Like this channel, like you said, saved you from a lot of things as well, but it also, I think, opened our minds to other things.
Okay, now I want you to think about this. And this is the perspective of how we look at things, is that imagine a world where you don't know who NF is. I can't imagine it. Like it has become such a foundation of my music and how I process things now. Like,
and I've only known him less than a year.
Yeah, and it's because of the channel. Like, it's insane.
I think that is something that I also needed, not only through a rap style, but genres that I've listened to and that I now gravitate towards, and what I can re-listen to as far as my day-to-day, my mental health, my well-being, whatever. Is I have all of this plethora of options now that I didn't before, because I loved my rap and hip hop. That's great. And that's great, you know, but I wasn't willing. And I knew that if I made my channel go the direction of music, it would, in a sense, force me.
Yeah.
And I could give honest feedback. Guys, we've really only had one bummer of a reaction, and that was My Chemical Romance. I'm gonna say it, you guys will be able to see it on we didn't dog them, but that was really the only one in my opinion that I really didn't care for and was like, you know.
I will say that not every song that we've reacted to has aged well with me. You know, like, there's been like some Tom McDonald that like I'm not into, but for the most part, like I love all of his music. But it's like, guys,
you're a Tom McDonald fan, though,
right? And it's because it's
you
one of those,
weren't before,
well, right? Because it's one of those where it's like, man, like, you know, I know that I'm not gonna like everything that I'm exposed to, but what I can say is that for the most part, that every single time that something has hit us in, like, you know, the way that things happen, like one of the biggest things we always get is like, oh, like, you know, that guy's faking it on the left or the guy's faking it on the right, and it's like, nah, dude, like this is like, as you said, this is literally what Eric and I would do, is that we get excited about music, like living together, and even when we weren't, like, it was just one of those where it was like, we would like hook up, you know, like, oh my, okay, like we haven't seen each other in a couple weeks, like, what'd you find?
Yeah.
Like, what did you, you know, what did you hear? Like, let's take a drive around the block and listen to
this video out. Like, even if it was stuff like, he's actually seen and heard a few things before that I think that we may have actually reacted to, but he literally was not paying attention. It was strictly for the fact of the visuals of the video.
Yeah.
And it was just me showing him maybe just like some snippets, because I knew that you would enjoy it. You wouldn't necessarily enjoy the music per se, which now you do,
right? But
you had a more of appreciation for what you were watching. So there was always something involved with that, you know, whether it be because of music or just a visual or both. Like you said, we were always going to do it. Yeah. And, you know, speaking back on the fact of, you know, having really great things happen in our lives as far as YouTube is concerned and what we were actually going through, like we said earlier, neither one of us wanted to record tonight. I'm going through some very personal things. I'm not happy right now. And I had to be all bubbly and make Christmas videos and all this stuff. Same with Kyle.
Yeah.
We're not in the greatest of moods, but when we turn that camera on,
something happens.
Something happens.
Yes.
He's right.
There's something,
and it's because of you guys.
I think that what has been the biggest pill to swallow, and again, I don't want to speak for you, but I think that we really connect on this aspect, like, you know, of like agreeance, is that, guys, we've been watching reactors for a long time, like, you know, even like, you know, watching like Tulip Mafia, like, you know, or, you know, like I love like D Gibby and Just Jen and Mr. L Boyd and like, you know, all these other guys. Like, we've just, that's the culture that we've kind of always been surrounded by, and they've influenced us so positively. And like, guys, like, we get personal messages, we get comments, we get, you know,
likes, like, you know, and follows,
likes, or like emails or whatever, just saying like, you know, look, man, like, I won't use names, but like, you know, there's been times like, you know, certain people have messaged and been like, hey man, you know, so-and-so passed away this past month, or, you know, this has happened or whatever. Like, life is happening whether we like it or not. And it's one of those where it's like, they found comfort in this channel, and they're like, hey, like your uploads are what get me through the day, or this or that.
That's crazy.
Like, it's weird to even say that out loud, but like, if it's true, then obviously we can't deny it. Like, we got to keep doing this, because number one, we know what it's like to be on the other end of that, but also it's one of those that it's something where I kind of look at it as like, you know, like a paycheck, where it was like, nah, dude, like, I don't care what the number says. I don't care what this, like, nah, dude, like, getting connected with these people, like, being able to know that we've been able to connect with, you know, like Harbor and Spunky and Amber and Genzi Poo and Joe Saccone and like all these different, like all these people that have just entered our lives in such a wonderful way. It's just, guys, it's overwhelming. And
it is. It's nice though.
It is. It's just, it's one of those where it was just like, at first, like, you know, you kind of have that idea of like, oh God, there's 20. Oh God, there's 30. Yeah. Oh God. Like, and it's just, you know, like, we've done everything from looking at like the amount of, you know, subscribers that we have, and looking at like how many Madison Square Gardens it is. And like, and it's so hard to comprehend it, but I am floored by what's happened in just 1 year. And
1 year,
how much you guys have supported us, and you love what we do. And I can honestly say this, is that I love what we do. I love doing this. I love
even on the bad days.
Yeah, like, guys, like, we essentially get to have a group of 50,000 friends that we get to geek out over on music. Like, music culture is so special, and it's so unique, and we've just found a bunch of people that love what we love too, and it's not even just the specific genre. It's of the, oh, I didn't know what this was 10 minutes ago. Like, it's just, it's so crazy, man. And I'm stunned by it.
And the fact that, you know, it's, you know, we kind of, well, spoiler alert, we do everything in 2 days, at 2 days worth of recording. Actually, not 2 days, probably 3 hours collectively.
Well, yeah, since we record every Thursday, and we record every Sunday. So, yep.
But, you know, it's not like we record.
To change, but yeah. So,
but it's not like we record every day and then do this stuff. It's like, you know, we take everything into consideration for the week and, you know, get it done. That's also so that we don't run into, you know, issues, you know, uploading and stuff. Like, we've had a lot of trials and tribulations with, you know, how the YouTube system works, how uploading works, what is copyright going to do. Like, there's been a lot. So guys, if there's anybody in here still towards the end of this and you're trying to do YouTube, it is going to be frustrating. It's going to be very frustrating. I have somebody sitting right next to me that has been in the YouTube game longer than me and is still trying to figure it out. But if I didn't have him, I wouldn't know what's going on half the time, because he just goes, all right, yeah, that's this, you know, or whatever. But not everybody has a Kyle. I'm very blessed to have the channel that I run, we run, you know, whatever is helped out with that, because editing, all the stuff you see on the screens, you know, it takes time and it takes effort, and Kyle's the reason that happens. So thank him for that, because if it wasn't for him, it wouldn't look nearly as cool as this does. And yeah, man, this has been really fun. It's been a great learning experience, though.
Thanks. I'm bad at compliments, so
I know, that's kind of why I moved on. Yeah, but we're the same. But you know, this has been a lot of fun, even on the bad days. And I think it's something that I look forward to getting that plaque, not because of, oh, I want that. No, it is an achievement. And I know that you and I can do that. I would like to have that hanging somewhere behind us and, you know, in this studio, because we have worked hard. It might just be uploading videos to some people and that this is easy. It's not. It's not easy.
Right.
Just because, you know, we joke and have fun, that there are hiccups, there are videos that are lost, there are bad days when we don't want to record.
Yes.
There's a lot more to it than just drinking apple juice and recording a cool video.
Right.
So
I think
it's a lot of fun though. It still is.
I think that if I could leave you guys with anything on my end is that I understand that the way that Eric and I work on camera and also in life and stuff, it's very, again, unique. And it's something that, you know, we have a natural chemistry. Like there's like, it doesn't take much for us to be able to get hooting and hollering and having a good time, because it's like we get it. But we really found that the reaction videos worked because
it was
real. Have you ever been with a bunch of your friends and then something hysterical happens and you're like, man, I wish I would have had a camera in front of us? Guys, what you see happen on this channel is what would happen in the living room or the man cave, whatever, like whenever we would show each other music or geek out about stuff. We just didn't have a camera in front of us.
And I always joked in the fact of, God, put a fucking camera and microphone in front of our faces and it's worth $1 million. I mean, jokingly, but kind of being honest, because he's right. And that's just what we did.
I'm going to say this, is that if you love something, you're going to do it. If you have that spark and if you notice that kind of like buzz that happens in you whenever you're in the moment where it's like, man, it took me a second to get here, but I found it.
Yeah.
That's the buzz that you need to chase. You need to chase that healthy buzz of, man, like I love doing this. Like I love what I do. And it could be something ridiculously stupid, or it could be something really, you know, or really beneficial to everybody. Like it doesn't matter. Like if you're going to make content, you need to be passionate about it. Do not be in it for money, and do it because it's what you love, because that is how you will get to a place that you're going to be able to essentially have something to show for your work. Like it's weird.
We've invested a lot of, I don't want to say a lot of money, but a lot of money, time, and effort into this channel, into this studio, into this, you know, look, whatever you want to say for, you know, my channel, your channels, like this took time. You know, it doesn't happen overnight, and it's not going to, guys. This was a long, hard struggle, but it's been worth it. And it's because of you guys. This has been what a great year, at least least on camera, for what people can see and know about us on, you know, that aspect of, you know, we don't fake it, but it's just the fact of some nights we don't want to be in here, but once the camera goes on, we're in it and we're having a good time. And it's because of you guys, the songs you request, who I'm doing it with. Like, that sounded weird, but
there truthfully there is no Rykerroad without you guys,
right?
And we understand that, and it's something that we've taken from the LA Beast, is that he's like, never forget who stuck up for you, and then also never forget where you came from. And it's like that's something that, you know, him and I have talked about many times in the kitchen, is that, you know, it's like, man, like, what if this does do something, or what if it doesn't, or whatever? And it's like, nah, man, I'm going to listen to music anyway.
It doesn't matter.
It's, you know, this is going to sound dumb, but it's like, I don't need Rykerroad to listen to music. You know, and it's like this
actually kind of holds me back a little bit.
But it's a beautiful thing, because it's one of those where it's like, even in the times that, you know, we haven't been able to react to something or whatever, like the moment that we do and we get to share it with you guys, it's just so cool. And just, you know, the idea that it's like you're so excited to like type in the comments and like, oh my God, I caught that too. Like, oh my, that's so great that you noticed that, or whatever. Like, it's stuff like that you can't write and you can't replicate. So my last thing I will say is, number one, I think that we'll both say it, but thank you. Thank you so much for making this year just an adventure, and just making it something that's so brand new to us. And I cannot wait to see what 2023 brings and whatever else happens. And just, I mean, from all the other content I want to do or whatever, like, I'm excited for what is next. And you guys have really helped spur that on for me, and I think for us. So
you're gonna see our faces all over YouTube, no matter whose channel it is. So he's right. This has been great. This has been a lot of fun, ups and downs, left and right. So guys, if you liked what you saw, you know what to do. Hit the like button, subscribe, that way you never miss an upload, and watch us two idiots react to stuff. Comment down below if you want to see anything else. We'll get to it as soon as we can, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, everybody. Cheers.
Adios.
What a year.
Lovely devils.